Alrighty, we are back for 2019, Edo.
We are.
Now, for those of you who do not know who we are, you should do. My name's Andrew Lemon. I've got the smiling assassin here with me, Ed Arkong. Ed, what were you doing over the break, mate?
I was in Sydney.
You had a bit of time out in Sydney?
Right.
We were comparing tans before. I don't think I'll ever beat you in that respect. But look, you had a good break?
Definitely did.
Bit of time off?
Amazing.
You're on in the budgie smuggler on Bondi Beach?
I don't think I rocked it as well as you did. But...
Oh, well, look here. I was also in Sydney too. Awesome opportunity to have a little bit of a break up north. Look, confirmed for me though, as always, every time I go to Sydney, Melbourne is always better.
100% agree.
It,
Can't argue with that.
I mean, Sydney has its charms, nice beaches, certainly overcrowded, good sunshine, but yeah, Melbourne, place to be. So glad to be back on board in 2019, back at the clinic here at the Injury Rehab Centre. And I think it's always a good opportunity, I guess, to, kind of get back on board and I guess kind of discover some of those things that make our clinic unique. Now, you were telling me a bit of a story just before, Ed, right? Like already first week in, we're starting to get some of those kind of common, I guess, presentations, those common stories from the patients that we work with. What was the story with the patient that you saw the other day?
It was a bit heartbreaking, to be honest, especially from my point of view. She came in, presented with 9 years history of right-sided shoulder pain. She's been in and out of various other physio clinics, acupuncture for a year, just didn't get any results. But she came in at her lowest point because she now stuffed up her left shoulder, so that's both sides, which wasn't doing too great. Obviously affecting her life, work and everything. She's a single mum of 3 children,
Sure.
so makes it pretty hard just to get around in life. But the other factor that kind of really got to me was I don't think it's normal. People shouldn't have to live, especially not with 9 years of pain.
Yeah, sure.
Accepting the fact that that's normal for them now. And she was telling me how she's adjusted her whole life to stay away from that right side.
Wow.
So her whole desk is set up to do everything on the left side, which for me I was just like, it just doesn't make sense
It's
why
crazy.
someone would modify their whole lifestyle just to accept the fact that their right side is gone. That's what she told
Sure,
me. It's
sure.
gone, I can't use it. She had never before that session raised her arm above her head.
Wow.
On
Wow.
both sides.
Wow.
And again,
Like because it's just avoiding it, or like
she thought she couldn't because she's been in and out with physios and she's always been in pain, and she's built that mindset of I just can't do it.
Sure. And it's a tough story, I guess, as you say. Unfortunately, we see it pretty often. I guess for whatever reason, we've kind of established a bit of a reputation as the clinic that you go to. When you're at your wit's end, when you've seen everyone else, maybe haven't got the results that you want, and for whatever reason, I guess our message of particularly really focusing on the assessment side and using a lot of the latest technology and the equipment to be able to measure how people move and really get down to the root cause of the issue seems to resonate a lot with those people, and they come and see us because they are at their wit's end. They're sick of being on, my favourite term,
right.
the treatment merry-go-round. They've gone round and round. People do come and see us, and I guess, as you say, it is the big issue. While, little aches and pains here and there are a normal part of life, and I think sometimes maybe people catastrophize that almost a bit too much, right? Like they get a bit too anxious about maybe some of those small pains. Certainly really debilitating pain, like pain that has been around for 9 years where you've had to then change your life to accommodate it, certainly isn't on, right? That certainly shouldn't be something that you live with.
Definitely not. So yeah, it's pretty interesting to see, and we see it very common, and that's why I asked her, why did you come in to see us? And she was like, well, she heard good things, and she thinks this is the final stop where
Yeah.
she just wants to.
Sure. Well, I think then, yeah, I mean, look, it sounds like one of those ones that as you say, we do see. I got no doubt you've got a great plan in place for her, particularly going into 2019. But I think one of the funny things that we will see a lot, particularly at this time of year, is a lot of people will have a lot of great new goals or things that they want to be able to achieve. Certainly patients that want to be able to do a new activity, or maybe you're eyeing off the marathon later on in the year. There's going to be some stories coming out about that. I may have committed myself to something that I didn't really want to do, but that's a story for another time. Or maybe you've got some travel plans or something like that. I mean, often that involves a lot of kind of trekking around, being on your feet, that type of thing. So if you do have any amazing plans or big goals for 2019, and you've been dealing with maybe some pain or some discomfort for a period of time, make sure you give us a call. Don't put up with either not achieving that goal, right? Leaving it on the wayside, thinking I'll never be able to do that. That's not for me. That's not the way to live your life. You should be able to pursue the things that you want to be able to do and hit them at 110%. Or if you have been dealing with, like, your story there, a condition that has been around for an eternity, and you're finally absolutely sick of it, and you need to get a better opinion in terms of addressing what the true cause is, what the needs are for you to be able to deal with this once and for all, then you need to give our clinic a call, I think, Ed. Isn't that right?
I definitely agree.
Cool. So give us a call, 9553 7024, or jump online to injuryrehab.com.au, book yourself in, and make 2019 an absolute belter. This is going to be a segment I think we might do a little bit, Ed. Just a little bit of a spitball segment. So tune in. I'm sure Frosty's coming back next week. He's been over in New York, absolutely living it up. Lucky he's got that amazing selfie stick we got him for Christmas, because he's been taking some good photos.
Making us jealous there with those pictures.
That's it. He might even tune into this. So Frosty, mate, lay off the Brooklyn lagers, mate. There's, you got to kind of get in shape now that it's summertime over here. All right, we'll leave that at that. Speak to you next time.
See you guys.